You can accept that, and it's okay too. Like I mean, like you got to be able to accept that it's okay. You got to not accept it as like
Yeah,
inferiority.
Nick.
Just you.
Yeah, Nick was cooking. He's like, how come rap makes you jack, you jacking people car and stuff, but white people don't do it. I'm like, oh, Nick cooking right now.
Yeah, but that is a good point, though. That's a fantastic point. But
Yeah.
let me ask you a question, though. What made you accept the reality? I'm just curious. You probably said it in a previous episode, but I never heard it.
I mean, accept reality is just like constantly seeing the same shit over and over again. And I'm very interested in stuff like that. Like times like that, I believe there's differences. There's differences. Like I believe in that shit. I believe we are different. That stuff interests me, man. Like the differences in humans and like like the shapes of our skulls and also when I seen that the skull like the African skull has less cubic space inside of it. You know what I'm saying? Like our
Yeah.
skulls are smaller. You know what I'm saying? Like if your skull is smaller, you know what I'm saying? Like your brain is probably smaller, and the part of the brain that's missing is the prefrontal cortex. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Which is responsible for higher order cognition.
exactly, and a lot of different things. So and it explains everything perfectly too. Like everything, like the DNA thing explains. It's like, oh, well, yeah, of course, then, yeah, well, that makes sense. Yeah. Well, that explains that. Explains everything. Explains everything you see, everything to a T.
But what did you go to school for? You said you went to college.
Mass communications, mass comm. But I mean, that's not. I've always been, inquisitive about science, things like that. Mine, I've always been, inquisitive about people and whatnot. I've always been interested in people, even though I don't like people. I don't really like people like that. Like I'm Aquarius to the T. Like I'm not. I'm more like to be by myself. You know what I'm saying? But I'm very interested in people. Interest me. Like people are fascinating, but I prefer to be by myself.
Yeah, Aquarius is like that. Yeah, my ex fiance actually was Aquarius. They're intrigued with that.
Hmm. Yeah, it's and now that I'm yeah, but I mean it explains everything perfect. DNA explains everything perfect. Whatever
Yeah.
you seeing out here, it explains it perfectly. And why certain areas never change, they can never ever get over the hump. You know what I mean? Why they certain people behave certain ways. It explains everything perfectly.
Yeah, because again, I get it. Haiti did what they did, gone through what they went, but okay, you don't know how to govern. But Poland been through the same as, if not worse. But how come they're doing good?
Yeah, governing is in you're talking about governing in the European standard of governing too.
But even Poland been through some hell from Russia taking over of them to Germany.
Germany.
They've been
Yeah.
been through hell, and yet they don't complain, and then they still fix their country.
Right, that's DNA.
Exactly.
Right. And wherever you have dark skinned people, for some reason dark skinned people have lower IQs. And for some reason, man, it just is what it is, man. Wherever you see dark skinned people, they have lower IQs. Papua New Guinea, India, Africa, wherever you see dark skinned people, they have lower IQs. And they're base. We're base, you know? When I say base, I'm talking about like we congregate at the bottom of chains of systems. Like you look at America, the drug trade. The Sun Man brags about hanging on the corner in hand to hand sales. That's like the most prestigious job of a Sun Man in the drug trade is the hand to hand sales.
That's how they get caught is a hand-to-hand sale.
Yeah,
They
but
say,
I'm
"Oh,
saying
it's
I'm on the
mine."
corner.
Yeah.
I'm on the corner. Yeah, I'm on the projects. I'm on the corner. Nigga, I'm a hustler. You know what I'm saying? That's the most prestigious job. I'm not necessarily saying that it's the best, but that's the one where their sons, like you gotta like cut your teeth at. You gotta be like you got rank amongst some men. If you're a little fucking sun turd that hangs out on the corner and shit with the other knuckleheads, you got a lot of rank in sun culture. You know what I'm saying? If you're quick to react violence, a lot of rank with sun culture. You know what I mean?
But one thing that makes it like that I'm thinking about is like the Suns will never accept. I mean, the African Suns to degree, they do accept it, or they're more likely to accept it, but the Americans will never accept it. And they're gonna always say like, "Oh yeah, but if you guys start believing this, and they're gonna start killing all the black people and shit." I'm like, it was known for centuries that there were racial differences, and people openly acknowledged it, but like that
Mhm.
never happened.
Yeah, I mean, also the American son is in a power position, so it's like a lot of that stuff is just power plays. Like whether they believe in DNA or not, it's the power play is to, I mean, anything white people like or anything white people think is to go against it. Like if white people say left, that son's gotta say right. We gotta go against everything. Gliders are happy. If we see gliders enjoying something, you gotta try to like call it racist or say that it's cultural or some shit and something or they stole it from us. The cultural appropriate. We we constantly banging on gliders because that's where our power lies. Our power lies in that guilt that gliders have and
Moral
constantly
currency.
stepping on it, constantly playing to that guilt that gliders have for what they've allegedly done to us in the past. And I don't know if in Africa they have that glider population that keeps the country running, keeps the protects it, builds has an army, and allows them to bully them. In Africa, I don't think they have that. In Africa, the glider population is very small, and it's the government is also black. In Africa, the governments are black because they got independence in the 60s. Here we have a white government. They protect us. They every light switch you touch is gonna come on. Every knob you turn is gonna come on. Every faucet you turn, water's gonna come out. Every toilet you flush, shit's gonna disappear. And then they're also gonna let us bully them. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel bad. So it's like Glada's in a real tough spot in America, man. Because like we talked about the other day, are they waking up? Is
Yeah,
this Carmelo Anthony thing making them wake up? I think
I
so.
think I think it is to an extent, but like more needs to
Yeah.
happen.
No, to
Like,
a, I think gliders are alarmed because here's the thing about gliders. They're not a monolith. I think if gliders were a monolith, this would wake them up. But you got liberal gliders who are still gonna go against anything that the white majority or the white whatever's in the best interest, the whites liberal gliders are gonna go against it. Whatever's in like whatever glider nationalism or glider unity, liberals are gonna go against that.
because they're self-hating.
Yeah, and they also have power in that. Their power is in with the sons and the BIPOCs and the gays and the trans. Their power lies within hurting those groups in sourcing and mining their votes to get power in the system. So their power, the liberal gliders' power is in anybody who's not white. Hey, we're the good white people. Give us your votes and give us
Yeah,
power. It's all about power. And
Yeah, true.
they're
harvesting
just a tool.
harvesting those votes for power. Like kind of just like mining and harvesting those people's votes for power. If
But
Gliders were a monolith, this Carmelo Anthony thing, that would be it would be probably it would they would probably start rounding niggas up if they were a monolith. The Gliders are not a monolith. They're independent. Each of them is independent. They think for themselves.
and the Suns complain about being stereotyping. You can't say that about all black people, but majority of black people vote for the Democratic Party, which believes in this. Like Suns really are a monolith. They're really good at lying about it, or they're really good at faking it for the most part.
Yeah, Sons are definitely a monolith. We definitely a monolith, man. Because I mean, whatever percent of us is not is statistically negligible. You know what I
But
mean? And then also you got the peer pressure. Sons succumb to peer pressure more so than other groups too.
It's a feminine thing.
let me ask you something. Do you agree with what I said last night about how Elon buying X actually is helping freedom of speech?
Oh yeah,
Because
definitely, without a doubt.
because like I was reading a thread like on that app called Threads,